We are live. I have no idea who's going to show up. My glasses are dirty, by the way. Let me clean them. It's always a crapshoot when I go live. You just never know who's going to show up. I don't really do it that much because you never know. It's hard for me to plan anything, really. My life being so crazy. But, I mean, I usually get 5 to 10 people show up. Been a pretty. But, these glasses are. I guess they'll work. These glasses are kind of smudged. By the way, you can see my Back to the Future DVD up there. Blu-ray, actually. Sorry, Blu-ray. Blu-ray. Blu-ray is the way to go. Indiana Jones over here. Yeah, I've got quite a selection. Just chilling out. We got one person. All right. Yeah, they're just kind of doing this on the fly. I don't really have any agenda. Just wanted to talk with my peeps and see who shows up. Oh, there we go. Karen, how's it going, Karen? I knew every time I turn this on, I'm like, I bet Karen shows up. By the way, we still talk about the baby spider or the dead spider, like I told you. You just got the sweetest voice. I mean, I know you're self-conscious, but you've got the sweetest voice. It's like when I talk to you, it's like I felt like I've talked to a friend. It's like, yeah, it's like there you go. Yeah, it's like talking to a friend. Well, I mean, you are a friend, but it's like when I first spoke to you, it was like I knew you. Pretty Lady 6761. Hello! Just kind of improvising here. I did just uploaded a video about, let's see. I just uploaded a video about Michael J. Fox's book. It's pretty good. I mean, it's the reason I liked it is not because I'm necessarily the biggest Back to the Future fan, although I do like the movies. But I like listening to the guy talk about things that aren't Parkinson's related. It's got to be so aggravating for that man to have this huge body of work and have lived all this wild stuff, and it's like it all comes down to Parkinson's. Obviously, because he's got Parkinson's, just like we all do, and it's very visible with him. You know, I was talking with one of my friends, and I said, do you ever have a moment? I think it was Julie XYOPD. I did the interview with her last week. I think I said on the interview, it's on my Patreon. I think, well, anyway, I asked her, do you ever have a moment where you don't think about Parkinson's? And she said she does. I got to tell you, I don't. I am from St. Louis, Missouri. Who's that? Kevin? Hey, what's up? Yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to think of like, do you have a moment during the day where you don't think about Parkinson's? Thank you, Kevin. I think about it all the time. It's hard because you've constantly got to be on this rotation of pills. Constantly got to be on this rotation of pills. And it's like I get about an hour and a half out of a pill, and then it's time to take another one. Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, I mean, I just never know who's going to show up. By the way, I'm in my if you're not familiar with me, which you probably are, I'm in my basement blockbuster. I'm a huge movie memorabilia fan. There's my DeLorean right there, Jabba the Hutt, some Lord of the Rings stuff. Yeah, so this is how I pretend I don't have Parkinson's. I just watch movies, and I got to tell you, I'm very rarely disappointed when I'm watching a movie, unless it's a crap movie. By the way, I don't know if any of you were fans of the It movie. I am, and I read the book, and I turned on that Welcome to Derry on HBO. Very disappointed. I don't know. It's like it's trying to be Stranger Things. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Stranger Things. Oh, we're getting some. We don't do politics on here. I mean, you're free to talk amongst yourselves, but I don't step into politics. I've got my opinions, and I keep them mostly to myself. And I find that if I step out of line and start talking religion and politics, I either set somebody off or I lose subscribers, and I don't want to do either of those things. Yeah, but do you ever have a moment during the day where you're not thinking about Parkinson's? No, no problem about Bollock. No problem. Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you want to watch CNN or Fox News or whatever you watch, that's um, yeah. I'm aware of the crapola going on in this country. I choose not to talk about it. Yeah, but Parkinson's one of them things like a monkey on your back all the flipping time. It's just gets old. So that's why this Michael J. Fox book was so refreshing. Future Boy. Do we have any Back to the Future fans in the crowd? I honestly never really paid attention to those movies too much till I got Parkinson's. I'd watched the first one and kind of flim flammed around on the second and the third, but actually after I got Parkinson's, I bought the Blu-ray and then went from there. It was a good movie. The first one's the best. Read out and back to work after a car accident. I thought it would take my mind. Oh, car accident. Yeah, that'll take your mind off PD. Oh, I guess you're talking about work. Yeah. I miss going to work so bad. I mean, I have moments. I mean, I do work. I mean, like, I don't get paid for it, but I do laundry, and I did like a bunch of laundry, and I cook. Parkinson's is tough. Watson Hall, my mom had it for years. Yes, it is very tough. It's unrelenting. And I got to tell you, boy, I'm getting all kinds of messages. Thanks. I'd love to want to get messages. Makes me feel like I'm doing something right. And I've been kind of complaining about YouTube lately on my channel and stuff. But honestly, please don't take it the wrong way. I love YouTube and the platform it's given me. I just the algorithms have changed, and I find my content getting less and less views. And no, I don't think it's because my content sucks. I think I do a pretty damn good job at keeping it interesting. But I'm just looking for other outlets and other ways to, I guess, basically, I've got so much other things in my life other than Parkinson's. My love of music, my love of movies, music I've created, adventures I've had with my family. And it's like, I find that it's my Parkinson's channel is kind of not the best place to have a lot of that stuff. So that's why I moved my Parkinson's dad over to Patreon because it just fits over there better. But yeah, I love YouTube. So for those of you that have said things like, please don't quit your YouTube, I'm not quitting YouTube. This is by far, I reach more people on this than any of my podcasts. By the way, you said what? WHAAA question mark. You said what on Spotify. I do it with Michelle she used to do slow dancing with Parkinson's. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. I think it's on Google Play. Just, yeah. We do it once a week, and we cover everything from UFOs to my corny childhood stories, everything. So, yeah, but like I said, back to my original thing, I've just got more content than I feel like that fits on my channel. So that's pretty much why I started the Patreon. By the way, I don't know if, I'm sure you guys are familiar with that old Creedence Clearwater song, A Bad Moon Rising. I actually recorded a ukulele version of that. My brilliant friend Sam produced it and played all the other instruments. I've had that sitting in the vault for almost 2 years now. I've got an idea for a video, but I was waiting to get my new computer set up. So yeah, so it's like I can actually make it pretty good. That will be on YouTube, and because I don't own the rights to the song, it won't. It will be, well, they may put ads on it, but I'm not making anything on it. So that'll be free for everybody. Bad Moon Rising. I'm really proud of it. Like I said, it's been sitting in the shelf for almost 2 years. Me and Sam actually have a whole album recorded from our band Forgotten Planets, which is kind of space rock. Yeah, CCR. Yeah, CCR they were supposed to be the next Beatles, and then it sounds like John Fogerty, the lead singer, and his brother, and like the other band members. I tell you, you want to hear some rancorous, like behind the scenes bad vibes. CCR had some definite bad vibes. I'm not picking sides, but yeah, Bad Moon Rising. I feel it's kind of appropriate for this jacked up phase of history that we're living in right now with all the wars and nukes and I'm not going to get into politics, but just the things going on in our country. Just Bad Moon Rising kind of summarizes it for me. So yeah, I've been putting it off. I swear, I just need to do some screen grabs and film me singing it, and hopefully within the next month or so it should be up. That was what I'm down here procrastinating. I was supposed to do it, start doing some screen grabs for it in there, but I thought, I'll touch base with my peeps and see what's been going on. CCR's got so many good songs, so many good songs. They never had a number one hit. Never had a number one hit. They had like tons of number two hits. Never had a number one hit. But they've just got John Fogerty was so prolific during those 2 or 3 years where they were playing, and I've always loved his voice. And he played a Rickenbacker guitar, which is the Beatles made it famous. I think he switched to a Gibson now, but yeah, that twangy kind of sound that he had. I watched it was live from Royal Albert Hall. I think it was on Netflix or YouTube or something. Pretty good. I mean, they were a tight band, but I'm telling you, without Fogerty, nothing much going on in that band. He was just such a rock star. So I've one of my favorite CCR songs is "Born on the Bayou." That's I just love that swamp rock or whatever you want to call it. His vocal delivery is just crisp and so much gusto in it. I don't know how he sang like that for all those years and still had a voice left. As you know, I played in a rock band, and it was partially early Parkinson symptoms, but I blew my voice out from growling, not growling, but like doing AC/DC and all those things. Some of which was out of my range, and I just would push my voice to the very edge. Yeah, those were the good old days. Kind of. I look back on those days kind of like with a weird, like, it was good, but it was bad. It was good because I was playing on stage in front of hundreds of people, but it was bad because the stress was it was stressful. Not being on stage was stressful, but all the stuff getting to the stage was stressful. Not even so much hauling the gear. Sorry, little dyskinesia here. Not even hauling the gear, just the stress of dealing with band members that didn't always get along and club owners that wanted to screw you over. Yeah, but I was a rock star for a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, my voice is still probably scarred from the damage I did. Well, here's the thing. They don't. When I joined the band, I really had no experience with playing covers. I've been in like original bands, kind of. Not, but I mean, cover bands. You're singing 3 hours a night. My voice was not up to that. It took me a while to get my voice conditioned to sing that long. And then, of course, by the time I was conditioned, I actually wore it out, and then had to go to a doctor, and they put a little camera down my throat, and they were like, "Yeah, you've got scarring on your vocal tissue." So, but no pain, no gain. I mean, use it or lose it, or whatever they say. Better to burn out than to fade away. Little Neil Young for you. Yeah, but life's been very busy lately. I mean, like I said, I don't actually clock in, but I have a schedule for myself. I try to do one YouTube video a week, and now one Patreon video a week, as well as a podcast I do weekly. So that's enough to keep me busy, along with laundry, cooking, cleaning, and then let's not forget watching movies and drinking wine. I love my wine. Wine is the one thing that I feel I can. It's my one vice if I had a vice. It's just, it relaxes me. It makes me feel good. Makes me, and I mean, there's worse things I could be drinking than wine. So let's be honest. Just kicking the thing again. Let's be honest. So what's on your guys' mind today? Anything interesting that you guys got going on in your life? Hey, Michelle. Hey, there you are. Yeah, I saw your text a minute ago. I'm live. I'm actually running my mouth here a little bit. So that's my friend Michelle, who we do the podcast with. Well, I'm not religious, but I will say that we do have some religious people on here for their sake. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Jesus said some good things, so shout out to Jesus, I guess. Michelle, you'll like that. I am a. Oh, nice! I'm cooking and watching. Yeah. I don't know if I'll have time to do a podcast tonight. Maybe over the weekend. I had an MDS appointment yesterday. I'm still kind of like drained from that. It's weird how like a half hour in the doctor's office can completely drain you. By the way, the MDS, it's this little Indian lady. She's just as sweet as she can be, and it went good. I mean, there was nothing crazy. I mean, obviously Parkinson's moves so slow, no pun intended, that from every 6 months. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, we'll hook up this weekend. I got. Let's yeah. Well, I don't want to give away our secrets on here. We'll talk later. It's my great friend Michelle. Peak 8:49. Trust me, I've went to church for most of my life until I guess I was in my mid 20s. Yeah, I know all about Jesus. I know all about that stuff. So all respect to you, bro. All respect to you, and I do believe that Jesus has some good things to say. So it's once again, I don't do religion on this. My mom was a preacher, and it was I watched it kind of slowly erode our family, and that's not something that I ever want to be a part of. Pushing any type of religion, but good for you, bro. I'm glad you found your faith. What was I talking about? By the way, I don't know if any of you have seen this show, Nurse Jackie. I'm looking at it back here on the DVD shelf. It's a Showtime show. It's been on. I guess it's been off the air for at least 10 years or so. It's Edie Falco from The Sopranos. I'm normally not like a hospital drama person because I hate hospitals. I got to tell you. I totally forget she's Carmela Soprano. She's just. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a hot. I mean, I've never watched ER or any of those shows, but Nurse Jackie, it's just so well acted. So, and I mean, also I guess not to spoil it, but the premise is that she's a nurse who gets hooked on pain pills, and she's having an affair on her husband, and I guess it's a classic example of how somebody can be so good at their job and so helpful in one way, but just such a wreck of a person on the other side. I guess it's the dichotomy of the human spirit, of the human soul. So yeah, that's my recommendation. It's on Netflix right now, so it's on Netflix. You guys can check it out. Any TV shows you guys been watching lately? You know me, I spend a lot of time in front of the TV. Mornings are exercise, and I went around. Took my little pit bull lab mix around the house, around the block. She's just such a social dog, but she's so damn hyper. I can't really keep up with her, and I feel bad because I scolded her because she was getting all hyper. She just wants to play. We took her to the dog park, by the way. She loved that. She's like a mid-sized dog. She's not as big as a lot of pit bulls or as labs, but she's got this energy that just is hard to keep up with, and she can be annoying to other dogs. Like we have this old beagle, and I swear this old beagle will yelp just to see Bubbles get in trouble. It's hilarious. And then when Bubbles gets banished outside, Maggie the beagle, Murdaugh, death. Oh yeah, Karen. Yeah, Karen. I've seen several different shows on that. That's a fascinating story. Yeah, I've seen several different versions, and I still am not sure exactly why that dude did what he did, if he did what he did. It's a weird story. Yeah, the Murdaugh. Good call, Karen. That's a great one. You know, this is getting a little grisly, but HBO Max has got this show called Body in the Basement. It's some twisted stuff, man. I mean, it just makes me think, like, where does your mind have to be at where you're like, oh, you almost went to the court? Oh, wow. Yeah, I get. Yeah. That was down south. Yeah. But yeah, the Body in the Basement. I just wonder where you got to be at in your life where your solution to something to something is to kill somebody and bury or hide them in your basement. That's. I've got a temper. I've been mad in my life. I've never once thought, I'm going to kill somebody and bury in my basement. I've actually never thought about killing anybody. It's just like I've been mad. I've been hopping mad. But I guess hatred sometimes I think maybe mental illness plays into these murders. I don't know. Some of these people are just completely they just get so filled with rage. Like, I know, just my personal opinion, I've been married to my wife a long time. If I found out she cheated on me or something, I would be upset, yeah. or if she wanted a divorce, it would crush me. But I would never think of like murder. That's killing is just wow. That's is there no step between being upset and finding like a therapist or something and just outright murdering somebody? But yeah, if you want some grisly stuff, Body in the Basement on HBO Max. That's my guilty pleasure at the moment. Although we've watched all the episodes. It's funny because my wife is so like not vanilla. She's not vanilla by any stretch, but she's not like a violent gore person. But we love our true crime, like that Murdaugh. Yeah, we watched. Like I said, we watched something on Paramount, and then we also watched something else on Disney. So it's like it's a really weird story. The fact is, the weird thing is the guy looks like kind of like a guy I used to work with, which is kind of weird. Yeah, Murdaugh. That even sounds kind of ominous. By the way, that Jabba the Hutt back there, that is vintage. I have a lot of reissues. That Jabba the Hutt was one of the original ones that came with the Return of the Jedi toys. And yeah, there's some Lord of the Rings stuff. I should charge for a tour down here. I should do a virtual tour. This I'm telling you, I've said it and I'll say it again. This is my place that I go to get away from everything. This is my safe zone. Oh, you watched the proceedings. Oh, yeah. I knew somebody. I'm not going to say who, but I knew somebody who went to the Jeffrey Dahmer trial. And they told me they would never have went now, but I guess they were younger and they thought it'd be interesting. Holy crap, yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't think I'd want to be sitting in on that stuff. So, Karen, was it interesting? Well, I guess it was if you went. So, every day? Wow. So did you get your popcorn and soda and sit on the edge of your seat? You were regular, like, here comes Karen again. That's wild, Karen. That's crazy. That's neat. I went to jury. I got jury duty one time. That I went because I got Parkinson now and I can't do it. But the one time I went, we spent all day in this courtroom, and they asked us all kind of questions about all manner of sensitive subjects. And some people just didn't want to do it, and I didn't go. You chickened out. Oh, that's fine. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, jury duty, and they ask us to say, "Are you squeamish? Are you offended by?" Oh, streamed. Okay, that makes more sense. But and people get up and be like, "I can't convict anybody. I've done things in my life I'm not proud of." I was like, "Wow," and I got picked for the jury, which I got to tell you I was kind of hoping to get picked for it. And then we came back the next morning. We sat around for like an hour, and they came out and said, plea deal, court case is off. So I was like, oh man, I wanted to sit through the trial, but maybe I didn't. I mean, it was one of them trials that, well, it was an assault case, but it was more graphic than that. And maybe I probably would have got tired of the details or got nauseous by the details. Here's something funny. This is a true story. I went when we had jury duty and we were doing selection. I went and had a beer. I went down to Main Street, St. Charles, which is where the courtroom was. And I had a beer, and I had it on pretty much an empty stomach. And I came back, I'm like, well, I'm kind of lit. So I sat in the courtroom, buzzing from it was like one of those tall, big, I think it was like a Guinness or something real thick like that. Yeah. So I don't think you're supposed to have alcohol, but I did, and it was a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. So, any questions? Anything you guys are on your mind? Any thoughts? Anything you'd like to hear me talk about on the channel? Any questions about Patreon or what that is? I'll just say real quickly. Patreon it's a creator-based platform which now allows you to put exclusive content on in different collections, and basically pay like a subscription fee. It's $5 a month. Basically it helped. I mean, I'm giving a lot of cool content there, like Parkinson's dad. I'm gonna do like my record store reviews, and my vinyl collection, movies. We got some cool GoPro footage me and my son took on some like years ago, family adventures. But honestly, like these programs I use are expensive, and I just realized how much money I'm pouring into this. So yeah, if you want to donate or not donate, if you want to go over and get there and get some exclusive content, I would love you to. But in no way is anybody pressured to do that, and I know everybody doesn't want that much J Mac in their ear holes. But yeah, every little bit's appreciated. Even if it's just a thumbs up on this video, it all makes a difference. Because the more you guys hit thumbs up and the more comments you leave, the more this video gets recommended to other people. So I see we got 5 likes already. Consider those. Yeah, that's. By the way, if you want to check out, you don't have to go to Patreon, but my latest interview with Julie X YOPD was really fun. It's a successful DBS story. It's on my YouTube channel. Check that out because she's really engaging. We have a very similar sense of humor, and she came on and did a bang up job. So that was, of course, the full interview's over on Patreon, but there's like a 13-minute clip over on YouTube. So very fun interview. I'm planning on getting Jennifer Sullivan from the Wiggles Project. I've been talking to her, so we'll have her on the YouTube channel, maybe with a Patreon exclusive. Yeah, Patreon's completely optional. This YouTube channel is not going anywhere. I love YouTube. This is where I reach the most people, and it's frankly, I love the community. I love the format, and it just so happens the algorithms are kind of not going like creators' way lately. It's site wide. Everybody's dealing with the same thing. Million subscribers, 10 subscribers. It's all the same. But those are things you don't have to worry about. All you have to worry about is clicking a like button and subscribing to the show. Yep, it's about 2 o'clock here in St. Louis. I usually lay down for my old man nap around 3 or 4, so I'm going to actually do a little work in the studio before I go upstairs. You know, here's something. I have to time my going up the stairs. Like I have like an hour block of time down here, and then my pills will just be the right space I can get up the stairs. All right, so I'm going to go to the studio. Thanks for tuning in, Karen, Michelle, everybody. I think it looks like most people have left by now, but check out my YouTube, my Patreon. Love you all. See you soon.